What's up, you guys? American Mexican Gunslinger. YouTube has officially kicked me off my own live stream. Take two. Oh my god, we're talking real stuff, man. Hold on. I will wait for you guys to come back. I don't know, man. This is crazy. I never been kicked off my own live stream before. This is weird, man. This is weird. Supposedly YouTube doesn't want me to talk about these things, and supposedly there is no comments where I'm at, but I'm gonna wait for you guys to come to the live stream again. This is some crazy stuff. We are back. Yes, we are back. We're talking too much truth. Yeah, over the target, Tony. Yeah, Diane. These people are what? They scared of a little beaner like me, bro. Like, what am I doing? I'm just talking off my butt, am I? They don't want the truth and the fellowship. Yes, Diana. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, Sterling. Yeah, Sterling. They don't want the truth or fellowship, bro. They don't want that. I got kicked off my own live stream. That's never happened to me ever. Supposedly the powers that be don't like me, man. But who am I? I'm just a beaner behind the camera talking to you guys. You know, we were talking about this stuff. We were getting good. We were going good. But they know we're talking about them. They obviously know. Of course, the Israeli state Mossad is watching, and they're like, this guy's talking crap on YouTube, bro. Let's talk about the conspiracy about YouTube. Who controls YouTube? I'm pretty sure it's Mossad controlling them for sure. Guys, this is crazy. This is wild. They don't want my live stream to go up there. Of course they don't. Good, Tony. Keep downloading as many videos as you can. Yeah, Sterling. Yeah. 5x5. Yeah, Alpha Armor. I'm telling you. Look what's happened. I was trying to stream so well. We were getting the viewership, and boom, YouTube hits me. Yeah, Sterling. Yeah, majority of us are on that list, bro. We're on Mossad's list, the CIA list, the list that they don't want us infidels, followers of Christ. We're going to have to take them out because, you know, us Freemasons, we don't like what they're doing. They are talking nonsense. We don't like it. They're hurting our feelings. We want to continue making these satanic rituals and hurting children because we don't like these people. They're disgusting, and we need to wipe them out the face of the earth. Oh my gosh, bro. I can't believe. Yeah, Diane, they always delete our comments, especially sometimes when you guys comment on my videos. I see that I received a new comment, and then I try to click on it and it's disappeared. Because of course YouTube is run by Mossad. Go if you haven't seen my previous video on YouTube, censorship is a weapon. They like to censor the crap out of us, ladies and gentlemen. If we weren't speaking the truth, they would let this live stream play as normal. They would let it go as normal. They wouldn't be shadow banning us. They wouldn't be placing us behind everyone else. They wouldn't be, you know, like I said, I have 7,000 subscribers and only 5 of you guys are watching. Like, why wouldn't the rest be watching? Of course, shadow banning, not putting notifications up, not letting people watch the stream, hiding it from their own subscribers, unsubscribing me purposely from your guys' subscribe list. It just continues on and on and on. Like, it's just, yeah, Tony, they're a bunch of psychopaths, bro. They're worse than, they're the worst. They're just the worst freaking people on this planet, you know. Alpha Armor, I think I do have my email, but if you don't have it, I'm gonna here you go. Here, I'll hook you guys up. I don't know if it's sent yet. Okay. There you guys go. That is my email. If you guys want to message me with some important things, whatever you want, whatever's going through your mind. If you want even a prayer, I'll hook you up, bro. I'll hook you up. It's just so much things are happening, man. Google owns YouTube, Diane? Dang. So who owns Google? They cannot allow God's truth. Yes, Tony. Yes. The truth is too hard for them, bro. Dude, that's crazy. Lindsey Graham. Yeah, these people are monsters, man. These people are disgusting human beings. Honestly, they don't belong on this planet whatsoever at all. And of course, followers of Christ, we don't incite violence. We don't want you to cause chaos and havoc. Bonnie, yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. Before all that happened, Bonnie, they kicked me out of my own live stream because we were speaking too much truth about how YouTube likes to censor everybody and likes to control it. Of course, CIA, aka Mossad, their operations of them censoring the crap out of me and a bunch of other YouTubers. And they continue doing that because they love censoring the crap out of my videos for some reason. Of course, if we weren't discussing anything that's truthful and this is all conspiracy theory and isn't facts, they would be like, oh, well, they ain't speaking the truth. I'm not worried about these things. Well, these things play a dangerous role. Okay, guys? Google bought YouTube in November 2006 for 1.65 billion. Of course, Google. And what does Google do? Censor the crap out of it. And of course, Google is most likely owned by Mossad, the Israeli state that likes to delete and take down especially a lot of information that ends up correlating against anti-Semitic symbolism. Of course, the little hat people, whatever. I don't even call them little hat people. I just call them what they are. They're Israeli Zionist state elitist pedos. These people are monsters. These people are disgusting. Of course, with the whole Iran and Israel war that's happening, it's all part of the world stage, ladies and gentlemen. It's all part of the world stage. Yes, Sterling. Yes, they wouldn't be wanting to censor us if we're considered just crazy conspiracy nuts to them. Why would they would they worry about that? Why would they try to, take down my YouTube video? Why would they want to kick me off my own live stream? Yeah, we're just talking out of our butts. Yes, Bonnie, correct. 100% spitting facts. Satan is the prince of the air. He doesn't want the truth to get out there. Exactly. Facts, bro. Facts. That's what we're fighting against these days. We're this whole world stage, like I put up in my beginning of my other live stream, because the other live stream I got kicked off. We all got kicked off because we're trying to be a fellowship in Jesus Christ's army, trying to discuss the things that they are playing a big role on. And let me tell you, RFB, if you guys haven't watched his last video, he was spitting facts about Albert Pike and World War III. They want to conjure up this whole scheme where these Zionists and these Muslims just end up offing each other. And of course, the atheism and the people that don't believe, especially the normies out there that don't believe in God, they don't believe in our Messiah, Jesus Christ, they're going to rise up because and they're going to go after us who believe in Jesus Christ, because they're not going to want a resistance like us, followers of Christ, warriors of Christ, to be out there in the world. They're going to want to shun the Bible. They're going to want to shut up anyone who speaks the truth on the biblical terms, on our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, they're going to want to shun us all out. The synagogue of Satan, yes, Tony, the ones that call themselves Jews that are not. Facts. Diane, yes. About that question, the New World Order has always considered a conspiracy, even on Wikipedia. Now Vance himself is talking about it. Diane, let me tell you something. If you have watched my latest video on censorship is a weapon, guess who is in Wikipedia putting all this information up? Of course, the synagogue of Satan, the Israeli state, is all involved in this. How can a small little country be pushing so much narrative so they can stop anti-Semitic stuff when I'm Semitic myself? And these people always want to censor the truth. They always want to censor. Look at them. They're censoring their own people, videotaping these cluster bombs, cluster ammunitions coming from Iran, because they don't want the world to know that how heavily they're getting hit by Iran. Yeah, they want everyone to hate them so bad enough to destroy at least 2/3 of them in the sacrifice to bring in their Mashiach. Yes, Tony, yes. They want their false Messiah to come, which is going to be the Antichrist. But ladies and gentlemen, understand that there are people who, if you don't side with Jesus Christ, they are considered Antichrist. But the biggest one that they're waiting for, the biggest Antichrist they're waiting for, is of course Lucifer himself, because he is the ultimate Antichrist, beast, Satan, old serpent that continues to deceive the world with what he does. It's just a giant deception. Of course, these little hat people, they have no idea. These Israeli state have no idea what they're conjuring, but it's all about the prophecy within the Bible. Vance is not even that guy. Real name is someone else. Can't remember what it was before, but him and Peter and Peter Thiel needs to be, or still in close buddies. All these people are in it, Tony. All these people are garbage, satanic, child abusing pieces of crap. All these people, the majority of the population, they don't believe in black magic. They don't believe in witchcraft. But how come these billionaire elite pedos, how come they believe in this crap so heavily? Because they know it's real. Because it's all evil against followers of Christ. But we as followers of Christ, we push the light to the darkness. We shine a light in that darkness. They don't like that. They heavily censor us. They'll shun us, shadow ban us, and even completely remove our platforms from wherever we're talking the truth. Because all they want is these political agendas. MAGA versus the Democrats. They want other things like the LGBTQ. It's all about deception. If you have noticed, even the churches nowadays, they even push this crap to all the followers of Christ because they want to deceive as many people as they possibly can. Because let me tell you something, it's all about the cha-ching in today's world. It's all about the money in today's world. But they're the ones that worship this money, and they do these sacrifices for a reason. Yeah, Tony, this entire thing is a deception. Vance sure does like wearing eyeliner. I know, I seen that. That's kind of weird. That's kind of gay. I heard millionaires watch the stock market, but millionaires watch the stars and worship them. Oh, I think you're talking about the billionaires. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Sterling. God would not put in the Bible not to mess around with these things if they weren't not real. Numerology, pharmakia, Salsor. Yeah, yes, Bonnie. Yeah, facts. Yeah, I got you, Sterling. Yeah, cause yes, Tony, it's the real deal, and majority of these people see it like it's nothing, like it's no big deal. When we get the gift of the Holy Spirit and discern and see with our eyes and hear with our ears, we understand what kind of game these people are playing. It's all a spiritual game that these people like to play. And majority of the spiritual game that we're playing is in their favor because we are outnumbered, ladies and gentlemen. We are outnumbered 10 to 1, no, 100, no, 1,000 to 1. We are heavily outnumbered because the rest of the people are so well deceived. This is a so well orchestrated plan that when it comes to the end times, majority of the people are going to say, how come we got bombed? Why did this happen to me? Why, God? Why? And everyone's going to pull away from him because they're going to be deceived. They're going to be like, nah, God's not real. We wouldn't let these things happen. But these people never worship the Lord. They never worship Jesus Christ in the day of their life. And when bad things happen, then they want to start worshiping him. But they only worship him for a little amount of time until things get absolutely great, better, and then they just stop. We have to continuously worship him 24/7, ladies and gentlemen. Narrow is out gate, our gate. Yes, the narrow path is our gate, Bonnie. Yes, we have to stay on the narrow path. It's gonna be hard, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever says it's gonna be easy is a liar, and the truth is not in him. These lukewarm freaking churches, these lukewarm Christians will always say, oh, it's easy to be Christian, just be saved. You're saved, you're always saved. These people that always say you're once saved, you're always saved. I'm telling you, people can lead away from the narrow path and not be saved. They'll think they're saved, but they're not going to always be saved. Once you start leaving that narrow path, what I'm saying, leaving that narrow path where you're just like, this ain't for me, and you just dip, and you were on fire for Christ at one point in time, and you just leave, and then all of a sudden something happens, and you're just on your deathbed or something, God forbid. Oh God, I'm sorry, please help me. If God has the mercy and is merciful and knows that you're going to turn your ways, he'll probably save your life. Miracles have been done so many times in the Bible. Jesus Christ has done so many miracles. Same thing with Moses. So many miracles has he done through the power of God. All these things have been happening. Yes, Bonnie, yes. Jesus will say, I never knew you. Oh man, that's terrifying. That would be the most terrifying thing to hear out of Jesus Christ's mouth. That would be so scary. I call them cookie cutter Christians, all alike, sounding good, but no good fruit. Yes, Sterling, yes. Look at Kenneth Copeland. He was promoting that jab. Diane, that's horrible. That's garbage. Yes, Tony, you got it on point, brother. They always forget the part, sin no more. Sin no more. Jesus Christ, what did he tell that adulterer lady that was committing fornication and committing adultery? She begged to Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ, okay, you are saved. Sin no more. Sin no more. And guess what? All these Catholics, you know, because I was Catholic at one point, my family, I grew up in a Catholic church. I know this for first hand, for a fact, that majority of these Catholics who call themselves good Catholics or Christians who convert to Catholicism because they want to go ahead and ask priests for forgiveness, prayers to be forgiven for their sins. After that, they're like, I'm clean, I'm gonna go do the same thing again. And they continue coming back the next Sunday or the next time. It's crazy that these things continue happening. And so many people are lost. Yes, Bonnie, yes, to repent means to do a whole 180, to stop, to break the chains of sin and to stop doing it. Kenneth Copeland, another one just like the look about him, I can tell he is a psychopathic. Yeah, bro, he looks like a demonic being. His eyes all, trying to see that he's speaking in tongue, and looking like a, I'm just putting it out there, but it's true. It's true, man. These people always look righteous. They always think that they're heavily righteous, but in reality, they're just wolves in sheep's clothing. Kenneth is creepy acting, and to think my parents sent him money. Oh my gosh, Diane, yes. Of course we're gonna have those people sending these fools money because, like I said, some of our parents, they don't know any better. They're lukewarm, man. They're lukewarm. My parents were the same way. Same here, bro. My family was Catholic. I got away from all that crap in the 9th grade. Yeah, Tony. Yeah, some of us just have to learn from our parents' mistakes. We're the ones that break those generational curses once we understand the truth. My mom was a heavy Catholic person. She was very, very heavily Catholic. But she also practiced white witchcraft, bro. Like, what the heck is all this about? She was friends with the witch, too. I remember, here's a little testimony for you guys. You might trip out over this one. That one day, she brought her friends over, and she brought, the witch brought her daughters and her sons or whatever. And they were getting drunk. Of course, they were drinking, getting drunk. And her friend, which is a witch, I had a camera, right? I had a camera, and the camera wasn't a working camera. It had no battery whatsoever at all, no film whatsoever at all. And I pretended to take a picture of her. And she was buzzing. She was drunk, she was drunk. And she's like, hey, you know what's gonna happen when you do that? And I'm like, what? I'm like, it doesn't work. I'm like, I'm not taking a picture. I'm just playing around. She's like, watch, the next morning you're going to wake up. You're going to see the picture of me right there. And I'm like, what? And her daughter came up to me and she's like, oh, no, she's only playing with you. She's only fooling. And I'm like, heck no, bro. Like, what the heck? Like, you weird. I almost cussed right there. You weird, bro. You weird. Kenneth Copeland always starts out, it's in the blood, of course. It's Kenneth, the Bible, and said life is in the blood. He is such an old vampire. Sterling, yes. I had good parents. My mom taught me early God is watching me at all times. Good, Bonnie. That's great. That's freaking great. My mom was even blowing away storms. She learned it from Gloria Cap. Oh my gosh, Diane, that's scary. Oh yeah, I remember she said she could steal. Oh my gosh, Sterling, that's crazy. Oh, same thing with Trump's head. Spiritual advisor Paulina White. The woman is freaking nuts. She's crazy. You ever seen those videos? Oh, dude, tell me about it. My grandpa was a 33 Mason and tried to get my dad into it. And mom put her foot down. Eventually, my grandpa stopped going. They had my sister in jobs, daughters, crazy stuff. Dude, that's crazy. Paulina White is another witch. Yes, Sterling. Bonnie, that's crazy, guys. You guys you guys are, man, this is a life. I'm doing it for you guys. You guys are the ones doing. You guys make things happen for me, man. I can't just sit around and just be talking by myself and be like, because I know my last live stream, not the one I got kicked off of from the Mossad and CIA. I'm talking about the last live stream that I did about, can Satan use these things against you? I was kind of ignoring the comments because, the Holy Spirit was just going through me. I had to get that message out there as soon as possible. And of course, this is fellowship, ladies and gentlemen. This is fellowship. This is what we have to do as followers of Christ. We all have a story to tell. We all have something that we have witnessed in our lives. It's this is basically our safe space to connect. You get what I'm saying? Not like MySpace, not like Facebook. Like, this is our safe space to actually talk about the truth. I know so many truthers out there that have thousands of commenters, and you know, for example, the homie RFB. If you've ever seen him in a live stream, bro, they just you can't even keep up with it. He's like, he has to ignore all of us and just get like one little bit of people here and there, you know, to be commenting. You know what I'm saying? So it's just gets wild sometimes, but you know, thank the Lord that I guess my live stream is small, so we can all just talk to one another, because this is what live streams are about. We know this is what live streams were meant for. It wasn't meant for you know, influence, and it wasn't meant for information. It was just to, you know, talk to everybody who subscribes to my channel and talk to one another, because we're all followers of Christ. We all want to know the truth one way or another. I prayed after hearing that. It was for me to hear. Yes, Bonnie, Paulina YX was a minister and left her for a church member. Oh, Diane. Ooh. Yeah, things like that always happen. I went to continuation school also in Back Bay and Newport Beach. Yeah, Bonnie, I'm telling you, me and Miss Gunslinger actually graduated from a continuation high school. We actually graduated together. So that's another thing that you guys know. I would probably like to do a Zoom with you guys or something, but I feel like this YouTube thing is a lot more better. Oh man, you knew it could be cool if you do an invite link and we can all get on the actual seat and talk to each other. That would be really cool. Yeah, Tony, that would be pretty awesome. I was thinking about that too. You can call it a Discord chat and talk to into one another. Yeah, Diane. Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. But there's also other people that don't know, you know, what we talk about. They're just gonna be like, these guys are crazy. But then there's gonna be some newbie that comes into the live stream and be like, oh, what are they talking about? Oh, like, look, I'm not alone. And you know, those are the people that you won't be like, oh man, like, these guys are talking something juicy out here. I want the slice of that steak. You know what I mean? I do have a Patreon that's free, that has a group chat also, but I have to like learn about it too myself, because with the live stream it's much easier for me to talk to you guys. Oh, Diane, a lot of YouTubers have a Discord chat. Ooh, I gotta check that out. There will be a lot of newbies. Yeah, Bon. Freaking newbies. Yeah, of course there's always gonna be those newbies out there, but we have to inform these newbies so we can save. Our job is to save as many people as possible to not fall into the pits of hell. That's how us followers of Christ, we do this fellowship. This fellowship will continue to grow one way or another. We can get as many newbies, or even people who are not noob, who have been following the walk but finally find a safe space. Not talking about these liberal politicians and these people, but I'm talking about a safe space where we can actually discuss these things and not be criticized heavily from trolls and all these other people. Because of course I don't really see there's going to be trolls coming in and being like, hey, look at this guy, they're talking about this stuff, and majority of the stuff we're going to be talking about is going to offend the crap out of them. You can do it right here on YouTube. You just have to create an invite link on StreamYard or whatever YouTube is using. I got a few channels before. Okay, Tony, I'll check it out. Even Jesus started with one Andrew. Yeah, Bonnie, that's how things work. You can't even watch things together on Discord. Diane, ooh, that would be nice. I gotta study more about this stuff, because like I said, I'm new to these live stream kind of things, and having you guys there and having the majority, like I said, I'll start giving you guys, you know, to I forgot what that thing's called, where you guys can like remove comments, mean comments from people, moderators. There you go, to moderate the channel and stuff. I think I made one of you guys moderators, or two of you guys. I plan to get Bonnie. I plan to make you one. Diane too. But I know Tony. I think you're a mod already, Tony. But I gotta get you guys too. But if you want to be a mod, leave down the comment below and I'll make you a mod. Yeah, Bonnie. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, invite link, and you can control who you let in panel, and just let us pair to see what would be the only ones on screen. It's cool to see who you're talking with. Yes, Tony. Okay. All right, all right. Let's get the show on the road. Okay, the next topic is we're going to talk about the FIFA World Cup, because you know, if you guys have seen the Economist cover, the biggest thing on that cover is that little dude kicking the ball. So what's your guys' perspective on that? Because in my understanding is that this little guy, the FIFA World Cup, is going to start kicking everything off, and I'm pretty sure things are going to get even more hectic once that FIFA World Cup begins. That's going to be the beginning. That's going to be the show starter of all this bull crap that's slowly raising up. Because these political parasites, they tell us everything before they continue doing this. They always do this, ladies and gentlemen. They always do this crap first, and then they tell us and be like, hey, look, this is what we're going to do. And then everyone's going to be like, oh, look, that's a pretty cool cover. It's pretty awesome. But in reality, you just see, if you have eyes to see, you're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be one crazy year. Adrenochrome could be the kickoff to the end of Sterling. Oh, that's what I was trying to say. Oh, yeah, bro. I'm pretty sure they're going to kick off something big. If you guys have seen the 250th cake, which looks like the US Bank from LA. My son was telling me earlier, he's like, what if a giant ship ends up just blowing it all up during he said during the 4th of July. I'm just like, what? Like, my son is weird sometimes. He be saying, because you know how we talk about these things, and he'd be like, whoa, bro. Yeah, that cake looks like the US Bank from LA, bro, and it's getting blown up by a cargo ship. Yeah, Diane, it is pretty scary, but it is exciting at the same time, because we know Jesus Christ is around the corner, man. Ooh, things are getting hectic, things are getting spicy, but you know, we as followers of Christ, we're gonna see these things coming. But the normies, for example, those people who don't believe, who are not believers, who are atheists, who don't follow the word of Jesus Christ, those people are gonna suffer the most, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the concerning part about this. Question for Tony: is it a collaboration link? But yeah, that freaking cake is getting shot up by a cargo ship. But there's a lot of more hectic things going on. If you guys have seen those satellites shooting beams down onto the ground, another DEWs, direct energy weapons, are going to be used just like they used in Hawaii. A lot of people were speculating. They were saying that, oh, it was nothing. It was just a normal fire. You know, it was just a normal natural, forest fire or whatever. But it literally melted cars and destroyed houses and destroyed only a certain amount of property, which after it was destroyed, these banksters, BlackRock, whoever they were, wanted to buy these properties from these people. It was just a horrific thing that these people had to suffer and lose their own livelihood for someone else's gang. It's just garbage, man. Lucky Larry Silverstein, that one who bought the two towers, that building, right before demolition, insured them. Oh yeah, Lucky Silvers. Yeah, that dude. So much to unpack on that cover. I figured due season starts next month. It's sad. Sterling. Yeah. Yeah. I don't see that question, but I heard AMG just read it off. I'm asking the question, brother. But I'm trying to look into how to do it. Diana, and wasn't it the houses with the blue roofs didn't catch on fire? Yes, they couldn't catch on fire because the lasers couldn't they couldn't penetrate, or something to do with the colors. The lasers couldn't I don't know what it was supposedly, but those lasers couldn't penetrate it because the colors couldn't match the laser density, or the laser the heat signature was just too weird and they couldn't cut through it. So yeah. But yes, you have to create an invite link, and we could click on it and be on the screen with him and be able to talk and see each other at times. Okay, I'm gonna see what I can do about that. Let me know that times and day which are better for you guys, because I know you guys don't want to do this like late at night during the weekday when you guys are working and stuff. But yeah. Yes, Tony, I have to do some research on that. But Bonnie, on your side, want to know something crazy about what you just said right now? That when you go on Google Maps and you go to North Korea, yes, you heard me right, North Korea, a lot of important military bases there, majority of them have blue roofs. Like, what? Like, why would they have blue roofs? Would it just be for looks? But that's heavily a coincidence that the North Korea knows about these DWs. Like, how would they know about that? You get what I'm saying? When they're far away from everyone else. But in reality, like I said, about Antarctica, all these world countries have agreed upon each other, saying we're not gonna attack Antarctica anytime soon. Oh, but hey, that's weird. That is weird. What if Antarctica has to play a giant role with this? Because really, no one really talks about Antarctica nowadays. It's just like a giant piece of ice that a bunch of researchers and scientists are there doing studies and conducting experiments, when in reality we don't know what they're doing because they don't even allow cameras there. Cameras are outlawed there. No one could live stream there. No one could even have a Starlink over there. Diane, I watched hours of those fires. It was strange. Some areas the grass wouldn't burn, but the cars and certain buildings would burn. Yes, because it's all directed energy. It's crazy how these laser weapons are capable of doing. I remember one of my old buddies, he had a laser that will burn through things. And I remember telling him, I was like, man, imagine they had a giant one that can burn freaking things down. And little but behold, they exist, and I'm over here trying to talk conspiracy with this dude. This was like, nah, bro, it's too much. Like, they're not gonna make that. And I'm just like, oh, you never know, and they're doing it right now. It's crazy. Probably to protect how they DW burns all the places over and over and over again, except for the blue roofs and blue objects. Probably, Tony. Probably. It's like oh, like safe haven. Don't burn this, burn everything else, kind of thing. Probably. I was even thinking we should probably put like a blue tarp over over our vehicles or something, and be like, "Hey, don't touch this," and everything else gets burned around it, and be like, "All right, let's go." Get on our cars and just dip. A little tape a blue tarp over our vehicles so we don't get hit by them. Yes, the technology is older than what we led to believe. Way older, way more advanced than we probably imagined. Yes, Diane, question everything these days. Yes, guys, yes. We have to question everything. All right, guys. It's about to be 11:30 where I'm at. It's pretty late. I'm going to try to go live possibly tomorrow because this live could have been longer, but I got cut off from everybody, man. I think it's a specific blue. It's one of those episodes on Brighton. Everything. Yes, we have to question everything, ladies and gentlemen. We have to. We have to. Even the things that I say, go research them. Go look them up for yourself. But you guys probably know that. You know what I'm saying? You guys probably know what we're talking about, what we're discussing here, ladies and gentlemen. But if you just got here, check out the part 1 on YouTube. They cut me off. They literally cut me off. Mossad and CIA are literally working hard. Melissa, oh, you're just getting in. Oh, man, I'm starting to get more people watching right when I'm about to cut off. Why, Lord? Oh, well, we can probably go off for like another 10, 20 minutes or so. But AI started in the 1950s. I was shocked by that. What, Diane? What? I know there was another truther out there, Seconds of Horror. He was saying that it was way older than that, like 1840s, 1850s, where they were like the Mona Lisa drawing was supposedly engraved by lasers. It was made by lasers. That they were doing all this cropping of pictures and photos and stuff. That AI was out there very long time. Have it blessed night, Gunslinger in the chat. Sterling, yeah, I saw that video with different kinds of lasers burning different colors and things. One of them would not burn blue at all. Good night, everyone. Diane. All right. I see that some of you guys are dipping out. All right, I think I'm gonna end it right here. Melissa, check it out. Sorry. Thanks, brother. Try and have a good night, and good people try to do the same. God bless you all, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you all. I'm going to leave off with a prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For that is the kingdom, thy power, and thy glory forever. In Jesus' name I pray. Thank you guys. Tomorrow I'm going to try to do a live. And we'll see what I can do about the whole live thing about, trying to join in and stuff. But have a good night, everybody. Have a good night. If you want to join a live or chat, email me or comment. That's fine. You guys are able to do it. That's what I said, Tony. It's alright. I want you guys to go have a good night's sleep. This was a pretty long one. It's already 11:30 at my end. I'll try to do the live more earlier tomorrow so we can, discuss these topics. This was just part 1 of is it conspiracy or fact? Leave me down in the comments below. I'll try to get in contact with you guys. I'm out. Peace.